The Chernobyl nuclear disaster happened 27 years ago, and it's considered to be the worst in history, and its effects continue to be felt. This month, just 12 of the many children worst affected have travelled from Ukraine to the south of England for a month-long recuperative visit. The trip's been organised by the charity Chernobyl Children's Lifeline. And our reporter Melanie James went to meet the kids as they spent the day with fire officers at Fareham Fire Station.
Smile.
Well, the Chernobyl disaster happened 27 years ago, and the effects of the radiation will be in the area for the next 1,000 years. Everything is contaminated. Everything they eat is contaminated. If it's grown in the ground, it's contaminated soil. So that gives them quite a high dosage of radiation. My name's Marian Stapley. I'm chair of Portsmouth and Hayling Island Chernobyl Children's Lifeline. We have one boy on this trip that's lost both his parents. We have several that have one parent and could be living with their gran. And sadly, there are children that have had parents that have lost their parental rights because of alcoholism, mainly because they were told when Chernobyl happened, vodka killed radiation.
Well, we've got some of the children dressed up as fire officers, some having a look around the ambulance, and some are being very brave. They're about to abseil 10 metres down a tower. How was that?
Yeah, good, yes.
Very good.
Jak tobie spodobało? Да, okay.
Wonderful. Was it frightening at all?
Боявся? Nie.
No. Nobody's been frightened.
No.
Our children, Ukrainian children, are not afraid of anything.
And legs. I nogi tak samo. Yeah? Have you had a go yet?
The children are being shown around the ambulance, testing out some of the equipment. I'm Chrissy Jenkins and this is Scott Jenkins, and we both work for South Central. All we're doing at the moment is if they had a broken arm, we put them in a splint so that they can't move their arm, and then they'd go off to the hospital for an x-ray, and then they can have the x-ray with the arm still in that splint.
And what sort of reaction do you see on their faces when you take them to places like Polton's, like Marwell, like all these places you've been taking them to across the south?
Oh, their reaction is fantastic. Belarus is landlocked, so none of their children have ever seen the sea. So if you take them simply down to South Sea, East Knee, just for them to see the sea, give them an ice cream, all simple things that our children take for granted because it's in their everyday life. It's things that these children have only ever seen on the television. It's just a joy, an absolute joy to see it.
Having Island, Monkey World, Zoo.
How do you say in English? It's super, much, very, no. That's how you say it. Yes. Right. Amazing.
Melanie James with that report. The kids going up the Spinnaker Tower today. You can find out more about the Chernobyl Children's Lifeline charity, www.phil-CCLL.org.uk.